Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
You will suffer more than me. Ebony lays cases on Adetutu as the Great Lion Council moves for, Itùwàse second accent, even though Ebony is said to have been very, very ill. Now, when the palace wall shakes, it's not always because of drums or celebration. Sometimes it is also because of anger, bitterness, cases thrown in desperation. That is what has been going on. Ebony has been very desperate. She has been, I would want to say the last 3 months has been the worst of her months in that palace. I think the only thing that brought some kind of a light to her recently happens to be the celebration of her boy's 1-year anniversary. Apart from that, it's been very bleak for her. She has cried her eyes out. A lot of things have happened to her, and it's been, I think, the fight and everything, the trouble that she gave to our jewel, she has had enough to last her a lifetime. Ebony had always believed she is untouchable in the palace. She's always, doing these rituals, doing her sacred divination, her strange, a lot of things have happened to her. Before this whole thing happened, okay, she's had this strange snake, the one they said is always linked to a person's essence and all of that. I really didn't know about this, but with the stories that we continue to get, she had this strange snake that she always claimed was her protector. That snake was the one thing that used to terrify everyone. The thing she gave her power and strength to stand before the great lion. But, she has always said that, that snake is connected. They don't call it snake the way we call it. I'm refusing to call it Ejo, or what they call it again, because I don't want you people jumping at me again. That's why I'm just simply calling it snake. So, she is a very traditional woman. She has a spiritual essence that is connected to a snake. And recently, I'm not going to want to bore you with the story. Some things happened when Adetutu came and discovered that most of the divination that she was doing, she was not doing them well and all of that. Some of the acting that she was doing, she wasn't doing them well and all of that. And some of the things that she knew, according to her, came from this snake. But you know what happened? When Adetutu came and exposed everything, that everything was not well, that the powers that she claims that she has was not even there. The day Ebony Snake was quiet was the day she said, her life broke. She cried, shouting that Adetutu had taken away everything that fought for her. Now, she started cursing Adetutu, you will suffer more than me. She cursed loudly, her voice carrying, through the palace. The great lion will reject you the same way he rejected me. If he could not love me after all I did, then who are you? He would never, ever love you. Ebony cried and cried and cried. Now, at the same time, Ebony is feeling very bad. And this kind of situation where something happens, you don't blame yourself for anything, you blame everybody. It's been our jewel. They've been blaming our jewel the entire time. And right now, it's not the jewel again. She is now blaming Adetutu, okay? She's blaming Adetutu so much because last week, they said she was very, very ill. She had issues with her blood pressure rising because of the things that are happening in the palace. With everything that happened, the Council of Chiefs was not backing down on the Itùwàse accent. The second Itùwàse accent ritual had already been fixed, and they would not postpone it simply because Ebony was sick. In their eyes, Ebony's sickness was nothing compared to the tradition of the land and all of that. And they say all of that is coming from Adetutu. She feels like it's Adetutu that is, fueling this because of the revelation, because of the things that Adetutu exposed. Everybody feels like she's not sick. She just pretending. So even when they came up and said that she was sick, nobody believed that Ebony was sick in any way, okay? And now, Ebony's anger, is not just about Adetutu. It's also about the level of humiliation that she is facing now. She is blaming all that on Adetutu. Okay, she feel like they have taken away everything from her. You know that it was Adetutu who revealed her lies. For years, Ebony had claimed to hold sacred powers and knowledge, but when the lion lost confidence in her and brought in Adetutu, her shame was laid bare. Adetutu, without fear, carried out ceremonies Ebony had failed to complete. She was the one chosen to stand by the king, even traveling with him abroad. Ebony could not stand that, reality of the fact that everything that she has been doing for, the jewel and the great lion is Adetutu that will be doing it now. Now, recently, from what we are hearing, there was a ritual, okay? Kabiyesi had a purification ritual, okay? Only recently. Of course, it's this one that stunk Ebony the most, okay? Now, this purification ritual, normally she would have done it. It is something very small, but very, very important, which should have been her responsibility, as we all know. As the king's Olori, okay, normally it is the wives close to the throne that performs it. An ordinary cleansing with palm front, chalk, and sacred water from Osun. This ritual is meant to purify the king's part before, bigger ceremonies, okay? But Ebony was not allowed to do it, okay? They said they brought in a younger priestess to come and do it. And everybody felt really bad. Like, why would they be bringing in a younger priestess to come and do this small ritual when I am in the palace? I am right here. No matter what, I am still capable of doing. I may not be able to do those big ones. They may not trust me enough to let me do those big ones, but these ones, I am right here. Why would they bring a small priestess? So bringing that younger priestess to come and do this ritual was like a slap on Ebony's face. Seriously, it was like a very serious slap on Ebony's face. Ebony just could not hold it. Why would they bring this small priestess to come and do? You do know that Adetutu traveled, was it early last week to the UK? So she was not around. So the fact that Adetutu was not around, Ebony was supposed to even cover up to do this, but no, they did not give it to her because they do not trust her. And so she was so sick. Ebony's heart was full of curses. She told anyone who came near Adetutu that Adetutu was going to regret it one day. The same way that the lion did to her is the same thing the lion will do to Adetutu, that the lion can never love Adetutu. Who the hell is Adetutu and all of that? Now, the lion can marry anybody even if he doesn't love them because he is king. But the thing is that you must understand, all of these Oloris that he married, are you saying that he loves them? He does not. He doesn't, but he can be with them. He can marry them, but just respect yourself, respect the crown, respect the throne, and respect your position as the wife of the lion. That is what everyone has been asking. And as far as the lion is concerned, that is not too much to ask. Now, people are saying Ebony should look for a way to blame herself and not to be portioning blame to other people, or even when she knows how responsible she is for what is going on in her life. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumoured, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.